Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Death by corporation. Killing the Defense of Marriage Act is coming down to dollars and corporate influence as major companies join forces to defeat it. According to an article in the Seattle Times, some 70 corporations, including Google, CBS, Nike, Time Warner Cable, Microsoft, and Starbucks, have signed a Friend of the Court, or amicus brief, challenging DOMA on grounds that it is unconstitutional and too expensive. The brief, quote, points out the significant costs and administrative burdens DOMA imposes on employers, as well as the ways DOMA interferes with employers' efforts to promote diversity and equal opportunity in the workplace, end quote. The Defense of Marriage Act was passed by Congress in 1996, defining marriage as the union of one man and one woman. And as corporations challenge traditional marriage, some major cities are poised for attack too, as Dolan defends DOMA. Archbishop Timothy Dolan has issued a decree in the Archdiocese of New York as the Big Apple tries to take a bite out of the Defense of Marriage Act. In fact, a handful of cities and municipalities around the country, numbering about a dozen, including New York City and Boston, have joined in filing the amicus brief designed to challenge the constitutionality of DOMA and the traditional definition of marriage. These consolidated cases will be heard in the First Circuit Court of Appeals in Boston, just one step away from reaching the United States Supreme Court. The decree issued by New York's Archbishop Dolan forbids anyone, from priests to employees of the Archdiocese, from participating in the civil or ecclesiastical celebration of a same-sex, quote, marriage, nor may church property or items used for Catholic liturgy be involved. While this decree does go into effect immediately in the Archdiocese of New York, Boston's Cardinal O'Malley has yet to make any similar declarations, though same-sex marriage has been performed in Massachusetts, going on for some 5 years now. You can read Dolan's decree for yourself on our resource page by clicking on the link right on this page. Consultant resigns. A staff member of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops is resigning after the conference pulled his article from the Archdiocese of Boston's newspaper. The Associated Press reports Thomas Avila, a policy consultant for the Subcommittee for the Promotion and Defense of Marriage, offered his resignation late last week after the Archdiocese of Boston removed his column from the Pilot newspaper, and it was accepted Friday. Avila's article caused national headlines after suggesting same-sex attraction came from the devil, citing theories that claim the source of homosexuality has to do with chemical imbalances or DNA inconsistencies present from conception. This move comes after the American Bishops' Conference announced an apology from Avila would be published in the paper in the near future. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Gingrich gains ground. Look out, Rick Perry, Herman Cain. One Catholic candidate in the GOP is gaining ground on the campaign trail now that Newt Gingrich has hit double digits in the latest voters poll. The ABC Post-News poll says the recent Catholic convert and ex-school teacher turned politician now has support from 12% of voters, almost catching Texas Governor Rick Perry, who sits at 13%. Mitt Romney still retains the lead at 24%, while Cain keeps second place with an increase in support to 23% of polled voters. The Gingrich campaign also had its best fundraising month, raising more than $1 million in October, which some say is due in part to the media's coverage of sexual harassment claims against Herman Cain. Meanwhile, Catholic candidate campaign trail efforts continue, with Santorum Speaking Out. Republican Rick Santorum, a Roman Catholic, has visited all 99 counties in Iowa, something no other GOP presidential candidate has even come close to doing. But what he is saying on the campaign trail is just as important. Just before he visited county number 99, Santorum had a strong pro-life message to spread with potential voters in Centerville, Iowa. He says, quote, "We need to end abortion in this country. It's an abomination that 5,000 children are killed in America every day," end quote. He went on to call crisis pregnancy centers in America a beautiful face of the pro-life movement that care about mothers and children. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out The Vortex today, where Michael talks about being holy, smart, and bold. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.